Hey guys, welcome to AndroGuider. So in this video we are going to have a brief overview of the Marsh ROM, and sadly this project has been called off for now, and this is the final build until there is any further notice of a resurrection of the project. I would show you the official notice which was made by the owner of the Marsh ROM on their Google Plus community of the project being called off, and but let's get into it. And as you can see that this ROM is based on Android Marshmallow 6.0.1, and the build number is 2.0. This ROM packs in the June security patch. The build date is 17th of June, and I'm not using any custom kernel, and the SC Linux status of the built-in kernel is enforcing by default. So as I told you, you can have a look at the screenshot. Marsh is dead until further notice, and there is a replacement known as Blur OS, which is based off the sources of Marsh, and but it has not been out yet, so maybe let's expect that the makers of the Blur OS would put their code out, and then maybe the other developers can put the ROM for their respective devices, but let's hope that happens. So as you can see that this ROM is based on CyanogenMod, so it packs in the stock CM13 launcher, which is trebuchet, and so at the top we have our home screen settings. You can show the search bar if you want to, and then you have your icon labels, scroll wallpaper, grid size. So if you want to have a look at the grid size, you have four options here: comfortable, cozy, condensed, and this is the comfortable one. And if I go into the cozy one, as you can see that the home screen becomes a bit denser, and if I select the condensed one, then it would further shrink in. So if you want to have more icons on your home screen of any apps, then you can use this option. Then you can allow rotation if you want to. Then you have your app drawer settings. You can show the icon labels. You have the drawer style. By default this is the sections one, in which the apps have been sorted as per their in alphabetical order, and this is the compact one. So the apps are not sorted by their alphabets, and they are all arranged in the form of a vertical layout. Then you have your drawer color. The dark one would just ensure that there is a transparency in the background of the app drawer, and the other option we have got is light, and well, I guess this is the light one. By the way, what I have noticed in other CM13 based ROMs is that the background of the app drawer changes to it is similar to that color. Suppose if you have if you have had a look at the Google Now launcher, then it also has a light background in the app drawer. That's so the color so that light color which I am referring to is similar to that background color of the app drawer in the Google Now launcher, but I don't know why it is not changing to that. Okay, so next up you have your fast scroller, and then fast scroller type, and then again you can show or hide the search bar in the app drawer. Then you have your app settings, larger icons, and protected apps, and the protected apps option is also present under the privacy menu, which I would be going into later. And these are the wallpapers which we these are the wallpapers which we have. So we definitely have some wallpapers which have been added by the makers of the ROM, and these are the live wallpapers which we have. So I'll put this one up for the video, and then I don't think that we have any ROM specific widgets, but yes, again, and you do have power control, which would let you quickly toggle on off your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, airplane mode, etc. Then getting into the apps, we do have audio effects, and you also do get in the Jello browser, and For those devices which have the KCAL support, you do have the color control app here. Then the file manager, gallery app, Apollo music player. You also have your screen recorder, and nothing new. So, and another specialty about the ROM is that this ROM comes in with um, the camera which was there in the Cyanogen OS. I would let you guys have a look at it. So this is what the camera has. So if you want to have a look at this, and it's a good camera, and as you can see that you have options here too. Just click two pictures to show you that it works. Okay, so we'll have a look at the pictures now. I don't know, the camera is not working. I don't know why. So these are the settings which you get in with the camera. Maybe it's specifically for my phone that the camera is not working properly, but these are the settings which we have in the camera app. So great number of options here too, and I just don't know why it won't let me focus and take a picture. Maybe if I can then by sliding down and up you can change the across to the various modes which we have, and by pinching in and pinching out on your screen you can change the magnification, and again I don't know why the camera is not working properly. Okay, so next up we get in the settings menu now. So on the sounds option, nothing new, we just have your other sounds, and these are the options which we have. And you can also launch the music app when your headsets are connected. And display and lights, you do have your double tap to sleep on the status bar here, your sleep timeout, wake on plug, and you can change your LCD density under the display and lights menu. And then you have the option to show or hide the search bar in the recents menu here too. Then this ROM comes in with the CM theme engine, as you can see, and in one of the builds earlier they had that Cyanogen OS theme engine, but maybe they have changed it, and yeah, so they have changed that theme engine, but I would have really liked if they had included the Cyanogen OS theme engine. And then you have your notification settings, nothing new here too. Lock screen settings, just an FC. So I don't know why, but when I'm clicking on those lock screen settings I'm getting a force close, so I won't be able to cover that up. But let's move on. And next up you have your buttons. So you have your backlight time at the top, and then the left-handed mode, show arrow keys while typing. Then you have your buttons and layout, and if you want to have a look at the options which you have, these are the only options which you have: search button and the menu button, and an empty button if you want to have that. Then these are the options which you have in your power menu, and when I enable all of them, this is how your power menu will look like. So great number of options here too. Then you can press the power button to end the call, and press the power button twice to launch this camera when your screen is off. Then you have various hardware key customizations there, so you can configure them as per your need. Then you have your volume button settings: wake up device, playback control, control ringtone volume, keyboard cursor control, and you can reorient the volume keys when your phone is rotated. And in battery, you can have the battery saver at the at max. You can enable the battery saver at 30%, so great to have that feature in. Then under security, you have your unknown sources not checked in by default, so just make sure you check that in. If you plan to sideload any apps, then you have your Marsh settings here. So guys, this as you have seen that this ROM is full of blur, and as you can see that even the background, which is mostly transparent in other ROMs, it is also blurred, and you have various blurred settings which you can play around with, and we'll get into that. We have the blur scale here. So let's play around a bit, and if I adjust the blur scale, then you have the blur radius, you can change that, and then the notifications translucent, set the background on the notification translucent if you want to. Then you can check this option in status bar date bar translucent, set the background of the status bar date bar translucent. Then you have your status bar expand, the expansion of the status bar is translucent. So you have some amazing as I have already told you that this ROM is packed in with many customizations which are just specific to blur, and this is what sets this ROM apart from all the other ROMs out there. And so if you love blur, then you should definitely flash this ROM and keep it for some time. Then you can hide the edit tiles button. Then you have a double tap to sleep on the lock screen, carrier label here. You can also change the color and the location too. Then you have your lock screen torch, and at the bottom we have your app circle bar. So what app circle bar really allows you to do is just adjust the trigger position, and so if I just quickly show you, you can just quickly include some number of apps in, and okay, let it that be to trigger width is 35, trigger height is I prefer to have that at around 8 or 10. And we get out here, and there you see that app circle bar. So as you can see that the apps which I had selected, they are now in the form of a circular arc which pops up from the right. And say if I want to open any app, say the calculator app, then I just touch on it and it will pop up. And then you can also notice that the recent background is also blurred. So this ROM is full of that, as I've already told you. And you can customize the blur settings using the blur scale and the blur radius. And then you have your system profiles. You can add more if you want to. Then you have your status bar customizations, status bar icons. You can just check off any, suppose I'm using Wi-Fi at the moment, and the Wi-Fi icon is turned on. That means that the Wi-Fi icon would be shown in the status bar. So when I just check that off, you can see that the Wi-Fi icon disappears from the status bar, and when I check back it in, it reappears. So that's what it is all about. Then you have your clock style, which is nothing but the clock position, right, center, left, or hidden, AM, PM style, and these are the font style options which you have. Then your battery status style, battery percentage, you have your brightness control, notification count, quick pull down, traffic indicators, and these are the options which we have. Color style, display unit, update interval, auto hide, and the inactivity threshold at the bottom. Then you have your privacy settings. You have the privacy guard, blocked caller list, signage and mod statistics, and the protected apps. Then you have your date and time, weather, and as you can see that developer options are not enabled by default, so you need to tap on the build number 7 times to enable them. And then they would just be present above the about phone option. So you have your advanced reboot here. So root access is disabled by default, and this is the place where you have to enable the root access. And as I've always told you, just make sure that you enable Android debugging to be on the safer side. Then you have your multi-window mode here too, and then at the bottom you have your kill app back button. Okay guys, so I think that I have covered up all the settings, and maybe if you would like to have a info, then I can show you the quick setting tiles which we have. Okay, so guys, you by default you don't have that edit tiles icon here, so it looks pretty neat. I personally don't prefer to have that. And if you want to edit the quick setting tiles, then you have to long press the gear icon, which you can see next to the battery percentage. So when I would long press it, it would and I'm touching this at the moment, and when I would withdraw my touch, the edit tiles option would automatically pop up. And then these are the tiles which are enabled by default, and these are the tiles which we have. Okay, and if you want to show your weather in the extended status bar header area node, then you can check this option in here, and just give the clock the necessary permissions, or you can just deny it. And and then you have your show brightness slider and large first row tri-state location, and in the end you have your reset to default layout. And that's all what we have within the ROM. So as you can see that this ROM is packed in with the blur features, which is so if you want to make your status bar on it also, if you like those blur or translucent features, then you should definitely give this ROM a shot. And it's a pretty stable ROM too. And I only encountered a force close on the lock screen menu. I would report that back to the developer, and if you want, then I don't think that anything else has been left out. So guys, if you like this video, then do give it a thumbs up, and if you want to watch more videos from my end, then definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button in. So thanks for watching guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a nice day.